Real network marketing uses the lock-nut system. It's the simple way to build leveraged income. A lock-nut works on a simple principle. If you fasten an assembly together using a bolt and a nut, over time the nut can work loose and fall off so the assembly comes apart. To prevent this from happening, a second nut is used to lock the first nut in place securely. So how does this apply to network marketing and people, who are our biggest asset? Network marketing survey results. Note, these are generalized conclusions only. Exceptions prove the rule as always. If a new person doesn't sponsor in their first 90 days, they're unlikely to sponsor at all. And if they don't sponsor and teach how to sponsor, they have no real leverage. And without leverage, we have no extra residual income. And without a growing residual income, we cannot stop working. The most effective way to ensure that people do leverage their income is to help them find their first personally sponsored member. Once people feel a sense of achievement and responsibility for someone else, they will do things to help others build their business that others would not do just for themselves. Those second-level persons are the lock nut that secures your personally sponsored person firmly in place. The lock nut system works in almost any environment, online or offline, because it's all about building relationships and duplication at the most basic levels. Anyone can learn to do it quickly and easily. And while relationships, real ones, can never be built on autopilot, a lot of the process involved can be automated or semi-automated to speed up the learning and duplication process. The object of our Good News SOS team presentations are training, not sponsoring. The prospect is actually learning to help the new prospect to learn to do the business on the job. That way, there will be no illusions of what they need to do to succeed. Each presentation is simply a learning experience. It doesn't matter if a person doesn't want to change their situation. They're not rejecting you, just your proposal. And if the prospect signs, and they often will, if we don't lose our enthusiasm, it's strictly a bonus. Discover how to have a lot of fun, making more money while working less hours. Simply expose others to a better way and become a better person. That's the foundation of what we aspire to accomplish. You can do it. The SOS team wants to bless you so you can be a blessing to others.
Dr. Stan, how you doing?
Hey, I'm blessed and highly favored. I tell people I'm too blessed to be depressed, too blessed to be stressed, too glad to be sad, too anointed to be disappointed, and too elated to be agitated. And because of the blood, I'm too legit to quit. Now, we're out here in front of Olive Garden where, you get some good food, for that spirit and the body, rather. But, 3 John 2, beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as I so prosper. Job 36:11, if they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasure. For many years I was against the home-based business industry because my old pastor was against it for whatever reason, I don't know. And so I just adopted because of him. So that was 39 years ago, and would actually preach against network marketing until I finally figured out really what it is all about. And from the scripture, I now have a conviction that every pastor ought to be able to utilize this way. Why? Because a job is trading time for dollars. And in the Bible, only 2 kind of people had jobs: soldiers and slaves. Everybody else had a business, right? So even Jesus came up in the family business, and they would barter their services one to another. So I'm pleading with those of you who are pastors, those of you who are evangelists. I've been evangelist for 39 years, traveled, spoken in all 50 states and 27 countries by the grace of God. No greater joy than to seeing a sinner come to Christ and then to be discipled and to walk in newness of life. And I believe that's what God wants us to do. But the gospel, good news, but to a poor man, the good news is you don't have to be poor anymore. And because of the gospel, my friend, and because of the goodness of God, I believe we should be empowering people to make money in a righteous and an honest way that they can fund the kingdom. And so, again, my friend, the home-based business industry, I think that every pastor ought to give it a look and utilize this, because instead of trading time for dollars, you get to leverage tools, leverage systems, and leverage what other people are doing. Archimedes said if I had a lever long enough and a prop strong enough, I could single-handedly move the world. The power of leverage. If I had to dig a hole that was 6 foot wide, 6 foot deep, I could use these hands that God gave me, and I could get the job done. It would take me all day. Or I could use a tool called a shovel and a pickaxe and perhaps get it done in half a day. Or I can incorporate the help of some other brothers and get it done in a few hours. Or I can use a backhoe and get it done in about 5 to 10 minutes. And so again, my friend, it's a way of working smarter, not harder. You know, I used to teach Bible college and got started in the home-based business industry, and I was able to start making more money in a month than I used to make an entire year. Now listen carefully. After going to college 12 long years and being a college professor. So the way we're learning now is an old-fashioned standard, old-fashioned way. We're now, without college education, a person can learn some skills that they can implement and utilize tools and what I call systems. My acronym for systems: save yourself time, energy, money, stress. So we can utilize systems, and that's what the home-based business is all about. And so if you're a pastor, if you're an evangelist, if you're a servant of the Lord, I beg you, my friend, check it out. See, everybody can't be a CEO, and everybody won't be a CFO, and everybody won't be a COO, but everybody can be a CLO. CLO stands for Chief Leveraging Officer. So, during the economic table, tracked 100 people over a 45-year period. That's 90,000 hours from age 20 to age 65 when they're supposed to be retired. Guess what they found out? 62 were dead broke. 28 were dead. 5 were still working. Only 4 were financially independent, and only 1 was rich. And the richest country in the world, my friend, only 5% of people made it. Yet they want me, as an African-American, as a black preacher, they want me to tell the young black man, hey, don't try to go to MBA. Your chances are very slim. Well, hey, doing it the American way, you got a 95% chance of failing in the richest country in the world. Now, here's the difference. The 95% that didn't make it, they had a job, they had a boss. The 5% that made it, they didn't have a job, they didn't have a boss, they had a business. So I'm advocating businesses, my friend, and I wish you as a pastor, you as a servant of the Lord, would also be able to look into it and check it out for yourself. Now, obviously, there's some scams. Yes, obviously, there's some problems. And obviously, there's a way of not doing it, just like there's churches that are no good and preachers that are no good. Whatever God has, the devil, his greatest trick is opposition by imitation. So whenever God's doing something good, Satan tries to, again, corrupt it. Right? Just like sin, it's a perversion of everything God made good. Sex is a great thing inside the bounds of holy matrimony, but Satan perverts it, right? So anything that God does, Satan tries to pervert it. So there's some perverted things and some perverted people that will push the home-based and network marketing, but that's not in a nutshell. I've been able to bless so many people. Been blessed to give away 2 different cars. Actually, a 3rd vehicle. I was able to take somebody to a car dealership, let them pick out the car, purchase it, give them the keys, and that's because of this home-based business industry. And so I beg you, I beseech you, check it out. And I'd love to see if I could be a help to you. And my wife and I, Nadia, we live to empower God's people. And our desire is to be able to support 100 missionaries by the grace of God. That takes money. So we want people not to serve money. Because again, the love of money, not money, the love of money is the root of all evil. But the manifestation of evil is the lack of money. That's what leads to the manifestation of evil. And so we want people, God's people, to be blessed. I close with this, Joshua 1:8. We all learned it, but think about this application. This book of law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate day and night. Why? That thou may observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou, not God, thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. The only word success, only time success is mentioned in the Bible is in Joshua 1:8. And God says when you speak the word, meditate, and live the word, you, my friend, can have good success. When you dynamite, when you light it, you don't have to pray for it to go off. You better get out the way. And the word dunamis, it's powerful. Just like Psalm 1:1 teaches, as you go through that, it says this man, he's going to be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Deuteronomy 9:29, keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them. Why? That ye may prosper in all that you do. Well, God bless you, men of God, women of God. Keep up the great work, and we'll see you not just at the top, but over the top, because you got the power.
This is what happens when you live with or work for someone who values money more than people. Many people who don't understand knock network marketing and call it a pyramid scheme. But if they have a job, they're often stuck in a pyramid organization with no chance of getting to the top. When you have a large organization, they need to pay an experienced person to help that organization to grow. And they often pay him millions of dollars. And often the CEO gets a pay rise by sacking middle management. And sometimes it's not easy for them to replace the CEO. They have to give him a redundancy package. But the SOS People Helping People team within Ultimate Cycler values people more than money. We all start at the top with a one-time $25 out-of-pocket expense. All the rest is out of profit. Where else could you become Chief Leveraging Officer of your own business for just $25? It's a force matrix and it fills left to right from the top. Your two people first line is your inviter's four-person pay line. So he gets 2 on his top, and your number 1 and 2 becomes his 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the people that you introduce will have to pay your inviter. Or the system works it out who has to be paid actually. The Ultimate Cycler pays instantly to our account on our four-person pay line. So it's in your interest to the very first person you introduce to stay with them and help them to introduce someone so you can get paid as your reward for teaching them. And if number 2, if he finds 2 people that's filled under him, and it's, even though you haven't filled number 4 yet. So even though we only get paid on 4 out of 6 in our matrix, we don't have to fill the matrix by ourselves. Nor do we have to rely on others to fill it for us. It is based on 2 Timothy 2:2. You find 2 reliable people and teach them to find 2 reliable people also. But you don't have to wait for it to happen. It may take you a while to find those people. But if you get 3, and it's free for you, and your 4th person, you get paid. When it's full, you get paid $100, and you recycle by leveraging the profits back again. So you buy another matrix, you start at the top and you start all over again. And if you haven't taught anybody to follow you, you just go and find another 6. But if you got 6 and it's residual, as all the 6 personal enrollees will follow us into our next available spot, wherever it is. This is not a monthly income stream. we don't have to wait a month to be paid again from our personal enrollees. Our personal enrollees will always follow us when they cycle and recycle. But it's best to use the $50 to upgrade to the next level. They all work the same. You're just working the one level, the company earns nothing. It's paid member to member. So the company only asks for a $10 admin fee to upgrade to the next level once only. So it's best to use that $100 to leverage up to the next, as many levels. There's six levels altogether. So it's best to upgrade the $50 minus the $10. So you make $15 profit the first time on this matrix, but then you make $75 profit from then on. All levels fill left to right and top to bottom on the first come first served basis. That way you'll never be stuck if someone below you is not working their levels. With just 2 people on our pay line, we will have enough to upgrade to the next level of $50, and the third person puts us in profit to cover the $10 upgrade fee, and the fourth person enables us to recycle on the same business center. So the first time profit with 3 payments would be $15, and the next time then you'll be having $75 profit every time you recycle on that business center. But with 2 business centers, you get $55 with 2 business centers, then $225 recycling on both centers. Use the two payments of $100, the $200 plus the $10. You got 3 business centers, 145 profit the first time, then 525 on those 3 business centers. You get $335 profit on 4 business centers, then $1,125 as those 4 business centers recycle over and over. 925 on 5 business centers, then 2,325 as those 5 business centers recycle. 3,325 the first time on the 6 business centers. We're heading towards our target. Then $475 on those 6 business centers. And with the 7th one, we get $8,125, then $9,525 over and over again as our team follows us. So which would you prefer? $9,525 over and over again, $75 over and over, or $100 once only now? There's 3 parts of vision. You have to see it and focus. Follow one course until successful. But we don't focus on the $9,525. We serve the people and the money will follow. The second part is to say it. Discipline, not desire, will determine our destiny. Vision is dreaming with passion about the future. It's the spark that drives winners to achieve. It is an essential component in successful business projects and business enterprise. There's 4 cornerstones for success. It's all very well to have the vision, but unless we're prepared to discipline ourselves to put time and effort and lead by example, it's not going to happen. Luke 6:38 says, "Give to others and it will be given to you, an honest measuring container, pressed down, shaken together and overflowing, will be given to you. The measuring cup you use for others will be used for you." Discipline is the ability to get yourself to take action, regardless of our feelings. Discipline our disappointments is what we have to learn to do. So can you see yourself disciplining yourself to put time and effort into becoming a leader, attracting people who want to leverage a once only $25 business center into 7 business centers, producing 9,525 over and over again for worthwhile causes? Or do you want to let the poor choices of only trading your time for money steer your ship towards the rocks of illness, poverty, and despair? Third thing we have to do is seize it. Open a PayPal account to pay and receive money. If you don't believe in people helping people find 2 reliable people who want to learn how to teach 2 people to think and grow rich, then perhaps this is not for you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Together we can do the impossible. The SOS team is people helping people. Start with just $25. All the rest is out of profit as we continue to cycle in 7 business centers, 9,525 over and over again as our SOS team follows us. Dr. Breakthrough reveals how you also can get paid to share in the 100% commissions. I'm too blessed to be stressed, and you can too. You can turn your financial life around today, raking in cash hourly. Don't be poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly, raking in cash honestly. The products help us improve our knowledge, skills, and attitude to help more people have the money and time to have more holidays, get out of debt, and achieve our goals. Discover what your worthwhile goals are. When do you want your house paid for? And when do you want to replace your current car? Where do you want to travel? Simply follow these 3 simple steps. 1. Buy the idea of spending less and earning more to save and give more to your worthwhile causes and have a purposeful and a meaningful life to live for. Number 2, share the benefits of multiple streams of income as our personal enrollees follow us. Number 3, show us how to teach using this presentation. Take action today. People from all over the world have joined. Now it's your turn. Go to ultimatecycler.com/reference and then your sponsor's first name with an S and SOS team, and click on the join now and put your username as we suggested. We know who's part of our team. Welcome to the team. Together, everybody accumulates money. We don't use the terms upline or downline, but rather success line, because each of us helps to create the success for the rest of us. Welcome to the success line. I'm part of Dr. Breakthrough's team, and also with the People Helping People System of Success SOS team. Every person has a desire to make a difference. Creating positive value through effort is a powerful and a proven way to make that difference. When you learn, teach, and when you get, give. Because it's more blessed to give than to receive. You don't learn to walk by following rules. You learn by doing and falling over. It's a quote by Richard Branson.
And welcome back to the Business Spotlight. I'm Pat Dewar. My guest today, Dr. Breakthrough, Dr. Stan Harris. And this time we're going to talk a bit about who's the ideal client to begin to prosper in a way that's systematic. So with that, Dr. Stan, thank you again. Let's talk about who's the ideal person for what you're talking about.
What's strange, you know, you asked me that this morning, as a matter of fact, I was reading the Bible, which I do every morning, and I found a scripture, 1 Samuel 22:2. It says, everyone that was in distress, everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented gathered unto him. That's talking about David. There was 400 men. And David took a bunch of what the world would call misfits and built the strongest army the world's ever seen. So the three things really I'm looking for, number one, people who are in distress, or we would say hurting. Right. See, because people that are hurting, now, before they may not have listened, but now that they're hurting, you have their attention. And so when someone's hurting, their back is up against the wall, they're willing to come out and fight. And see, when I have somebody that has that fight in them, that drive, they're saying, you know what, I'm ready now, man. I'm in distress. I'm hurting. Things are. So I'm looking for that person. Now, again, before I used to always build my businesses looking for the sharpest, cleanest. But you know what I found out? If you can take somebody from where they are and build them and help them, that's going to be the most incredible thing. So number one, anyone who's hurting. Number two, anybody who's humbled. See, when you're in debt, you're humbled, man. Like, oh my goodness, right? So most people think, oh, I'm in debt, I'm head over my heels. I mean, nobody wants to be bothered with me. Listen, you're the kind of person I'm looking for. You know why? Because see, my business is I like to take the average person and help them to create above average income in below average time. So just like this passage here, so I'm looking for the hurting, I'm looking for the humble, and I'm looking for the hungry. It said everyone that was discontent. That means they're hungry, man. They're dissatisfied. They may not be in debt and they may not be in distress, but guess what? They're not satisfied with where they are in life. They say, man, I want to go higher. I want to do more. And that's exactly how I became a 10th degree black belt. Once I got a black belt, I was like, okay, wait a minute, I found there's a second degree. Okay, what I got to do that, man? I just want to keep on growing. I want to get better, And so here's the thing. These people that say, you know what? I am hungry. I want to do more. I want to be more. I want to have more. All I need is those three simple things. So here's what I want to tell your audience. Wherever you want to go in life, my friend, and whatever you want to accomplish, I can help you get there faster and easier. How? I'm going to provide mentors who can inspire you, models that you can follow. We're going to teach you methods you can implement. And the speed of your implementation will determine the speed of your success. Patrick, it takes one person, one decision, or one action to change your life forever. And I tell people, you are that person. You must decide, and you must take action. And I'm here to help you. But I'm looking for people who are hurting, people who are humble, and people who are hungry. And, Les Brown's a good friend of mine. Of course, he wrote the foreword for the book. And he made this statement famous, which actually it's in here. But if I can give you, it's about a minute and a half.
You're good.
Quick little quote. It goes like this. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famish, or caught, sickness, or body or brain can keep away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you beseech and beset it, with the help of Almighty God, Dr. Breakthrough, in my system, you can get it. So we're going to take these people who are in distress, take these people, my friend, and we're going to help them to build something, but I need them to be hungry. I need them to be humble, and I need them also to be hurting. And if you're hurting, and guess what? I found out there's a lot of people hurting. Are you hurting? I'll tell you, a lot of people are hurting today.
I know that's right.
I'm not looking for that necessarily. I don't need the sharp, classy. They got it all, right? What I want to do is I want to take that person that a lot of people aren't interested in and build and work with them. Because you know what, Pat? I was that guy.
Right.
See, I was that guy. And so that's my ideal client. And again, listen to this. My ideal client is someone who's coachable and trainable. The word ego stands for edging God out or edging guidance out. And I tell people, it's not what you know that's going to hurt you, it's what you know that's not so, right? So if a person is teachable, coachable, if you're hungry, if you're humble, and, if you want to do some more, if you're hurting, I'm telling you, my friend, we can help you to take that pain. And a lot of people are in financial pain, this economy. So guess what? Our system is only $25 to get started.
Really? $25.
As a matter of fact, I wanted to prove it myself. So 10 days ago, $25, and here it is now 10 days later, I've made over $4,000 with a $25 seed. So that bar is so low that anybody can get in. And as a matter of fact, let me go a step further. Can I give you a crazy, crazy offer? Sure. Okay. Anybody to get started with me in business, listen, I'm going to show you something. If you're willing to do two simple things that I teach you, I'm going to teach you two very simple things, okay? And if they do those two simple things, I promise you, you'll make at least $100. Now, wait a minute. You got to hear me. I am promising on TV. I promise you're going to make, sometimes people say, well, we can't promise you, you can't make any income claims. I'm not making an income claim. I'm promising you, you will make $100, or if not, I'm going to double your money back. Hello.
But they have to do two things.
They just have to commit to doing two simple things.
And you walk them through that process.
I'm going to walk them through the simple things.
Simple things.
Simple things. And can I give you one of the simple things?
Wait, sure.
Can you find two people? Can you find two people that have $25 that want to start a business or that want to make some money? That easy enough? And then you help those two people find two. Okay, that's number one. And then number two, all they're going to do is I'm going to coach and mentor you, and I'm going to set up a specific time where you get at least 4 or 5 people on a phone call and let me speak to them on a conference line, and I will make the presentation. And if you're not careful with that, or you're not, say maybe you say, well, I don't know if I can get all those people at the same time. So one-on-one, 3-way calls, I will do that and help them and get them started. But we have all kind of training and systems online that I'll walk them through step by step like a cookie cutter. And I tell people, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but if you need to put some extra rims on, you can. And it's okay to be a copycat as long as you're copying the right cat. And by the way, we've been involved in businesses. One business, I built a team of 22,000 people in 5.5 months. We were making 6 figures a month with that. Not our speaking, not our book sales, not just that. Another team, we built over 13,000. We know what works, and we know how to teach people, and that's what we're going to do.
Very good. Well, I know that we're coming up on a break, and so one of the things that we want to do is make sure you know that the Business Spotlight is where business owners can give their story and tell their story to the marketplace. We will be right back.
Going through tough times and life seems rough, go to Dr. Breakthrough, he'll boost you up. Life ain't so hard with the right motivator. Dr. Stan Harris, expert communicator.
In the big city or in the sticks, Dr. Breakthrough gon' break the bricks. All finances and relationships, Dr. Breakthrough got the perfect fit. So what y'all wanna do?
International breakthrough facilitator, Dr. Breakthrough can develop money makers.
When you want a breakthrough, he'll come through. And Dr. Stan Harris is the one to help you. Never have to worry, never feeling blue. Gotta call the doctor so he can help you. Get a breakthrough, what you wanna do. Get a breakthrough, what you trying to do. Motivate you,